Today we're getting on a shuttle and we're off to the Congress Trail. Almost forgot my mask.
Mask required for everybody, even if you're vaccinated. We're the only ones on this shuttle.
Only ones here.
Taking the shuttle this morning to go see General Sherman. One of the nice things at Sequoia is there's a few things you can see by hopping on a shuttle where you don't have to take your car. Right now, as they've reopened the park, you can only take a shuttle to General Sherman and I think Wolverton.
Wolverton, yeah.
And the shuttles that normally run, like to Crescent Meadow, to Waxahachie Lodge, those are not running at the moment. As we get further past the COVID era that we're in, yeah.
They'll open up.
So on our way to General Sherman. Straight in front of us is the largest tree on Earth. Not by height, not by width, but by sheer volume. General Sherman, absolutely massive.
So the top of it is dead. So its upward growth has stopped at 275 feet, and it has a huge cylindrical trunk, which makes it the world's largest tree by volume.
This tree is absolutely huge, and I imagine, seeing you standing in front of it, it would probably take, 40, 50 people to make a circle around it, something like that. So the Congress Trail is a fairly accessible trail. You're walking through enormous trees. The trail is, so far, and I think the whole thing is asphalt. So You're not dealing with uneven terrain with rocks and boulders and branches and stuff. So I imagine it's an ADA trail, the way it's laid out. Seems to be.
Yeah.
This is, for me, one of the places that if you come to Sequoia National Park is on the must-stop list, because you're going to see General Sherman, and then just a few feet beyond where that place is, you have an option for the Congress Trail, and it's a nice stroll through some of the most...
Sometimes you see some animals.
Yeah, and this is our happy spot, I think. Some of the most beautiful nature that there is to see in the United States, in the world.
That's why we keep looking around, because we're always looking for what possibility we might see. So even in this video, we're like...
Yeah. And that's why we keep coming back.
Yep.
Time number 14 or 15, I lose count.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the main event on the Congress Trail. The named trees, the named groves, starting with El Presidente. And somebody did some damage to the sign because it used to have, it's always had a T every time we've been here. But this is another big boy standing here. The President tree on the Congress Trail. That's one of you. How many more would it take to complete a circle around the circumference of this tree? And right behind the President tree is one that's noted as Chief Sequoia. Next on the Congress Trail is the Senate.
Senate.
So this is now in a grove of sorts. I don't know if there's quite the number of trees as there are the number of senators, but there's definitely more of them. We're in a grove of sequoias. There's quite a number of them, all large, just beautiful trees. They decided to call this area the Senate, so this is part of the Congress Trail. And we were saying as we were making our way down here, because we've been here so many times, there's a tree noted for the president, there's a tree noted for the Senate, I think there's a grove for the Congress, you've got the whole Congress Trail. And unless we've missed it, which is quite possible, where is the Supreme Court? If we're gonna be on this theme, they're left out. No justice in the forest in Sequoia. I think we need to ask about either at the Supreme Court, also don't know if this wasn't called the Congress Trail, what else might you name these groves to be non-political? And then walking beyond the Senate area, this is where the trail becomes more of a natural trail. The asphalt has ceased. This is not the Congress Trail, Julie says. We have diverted. So one of the things that happens when we're in Sequoia National Park is there's no cell phone, there's no internet, and as a result, we come up here and for however many days we're here, 4 days, 5 days, I have no idea what's going on in the world. So it's just odd that we can be here, some major event can happen, we're not gonna know. Just the other night there was Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 7, I have no idea who won, I don't know who's going on. So it's almost like, I call it a camping coma. You know, it's like you're out here, nothing,
and it's okay.
It's wonderful. But it's always interesting when we make the trip down the hill in a few days and the notifications start hitting and you start to learn what happened when we were gone. And it's nice to have occasionally this reprieve from the craziness of everyday life. And all that matters is where we are. As a song that I know says, all we are is here right now. There is an album coming out, the Willard Overstreet Band. The album is called All We Are. It'll make sense when you download that one on Spotify.
We're at a cluster of giant forest trees called the house, and it's really very pretty. I'm gonna go inside.
We've been to Washington, D.C. before, and obviously we live in California. You can see in the United States aspects of our government on either coast. You can either go to Washington, D.C. and see the stone monuments there, or you can come to California, Sequoia National Park, see the Senate, see the Congress, see the President. I promise you it's much more beautiful in Sequoia National Park.
Amen.
We just ventured off another fork in the road and came across a tree labeled the room tree, and sure enough, there's a room inside.
Whoa. This is so cool. Hello.
Another cluster of trees, the Founders Group, dedicated to the memory of the citizens who worked to create Sequoia National Park. Thank you, Founders Group. This is one of the animals you'll see when you're in Sequoia National Park, the yellow-bellied marmot. They're all over the forest. Sometimes we've seen them at Tacopa Falls or at Lodgepole. We were looking at the map of the Congress Trail area, and it's probably been here forever. I just never noticed it on the map before. But there was a cabin listed in the middle of this place that we for sure had never seen before. So we thought we would go try to find it, and took a different, kind of like an unmarked fork in the road, and not too far into this walk, we see it ahead of us, so we're gonna go check it out.
So this is the cattle cabin. This cabin was built by the cattlemen who had acquired much of the land for purposes prior to the establishment of Sequoia National Park in 1890. After the park's establishment, the land was leased to men who supplied meat and milk to visitors and to the soldiers who guarded the park from 1891 through 1913. By 1917, the last private holdings in Giant Forest had been purchased and deeded back to the government.
So, exiting the cabin, there should be a big red warning sign walking out there, because
If you're not looking at the camera,
I know
then you will see things like that.
I keep making that boo-boo. Somebody bumped his head and backplanted
Pretty bad.
on the ground.
Bad.
This is the second first aid moment on our
For
trip.
you?
For me, yesterday my hands were bleeding. I don't even know what I did. I didn't know what I did yesterday. I know exactly what I did today. Just coming outside the cabin to get a picture of Julie, and I don't know, these people were like midgets, but I was walking underneath their porch and my head didn't make it. So now I need medical attention.
I'm not going to put this on the boo-boo itself.
Beware the porch when you visit the cattle cabin, because it is low.
I just didn't expect this. So you should always be ready for the unexpected.
I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. And on the trail, wait, there's more. This is the McKinley tree, which reminds me of the mountain in Alaska, formerly known as Mount McKinley, Denali. Hey, so thanks for watching this video. We hope this gives you an inspiration to come to Sequoia National Park. Hopefully we'll see you out here in the future.
So thanks for joining us at the places where we go. And if you like this video and want to see future videos, hit the subscribe button and like us down below. And if you have any comments, please leave comments for us because we love to read them.
It's a great